Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to look at this ficus tree. Um, I have it growing in kind of a windswept style, but it's kind of fighting me on it, and I'm not sure I like it really. Couple reasons. I just think the tree's too small to get, and the leaves are too big to get kind of the look that I want. Because I want to have different pads over here to kind of get it growing that way. And ficus, I would have to always keep it wired a lot to keep the branches flat like that. But anyway, like I said, it's fighting me because it's wanting to grow all these other branches. Guess I could be more aggressive on my pruning schedule, but so since this back branch kind of got pretty big, what I'm thinking, and before I get to that, I've got wire that's really biting into the trunk, so I'm going to have to take all this wire off. This top branch really took off. So anyway, what I'm thinking I might do is kind of reposition this branch maybe a little bit, bring this one down, and even bring this one down, and just kind of reform it into kind of an informal upright again. Originally this tree kind of had a weird shape. It came up and it kind of teed off here, kind of went two ways, because you can see I had a pretty big cut. That branch was that big around and kind of grew up that way. So it was kind of a weird looking tree. I like the trunk shape and then the taper going up. I kind of lost a little bit of taper in here, but so I'm thinking I'm going to reshape the top and try to do something more of a, like I said, an informal upright or something like that. So let me see what, and I could almost even use this as the front, but I think I'll leave that as the back. I think I've got enough to mess with here. So I'll bring these down. Yeah. So let me get this wire off first. That's the first thing I need to do. So let me try to unwind as much as I can. That way I can maybe salvage some of this wire that I can reuse. Yeah, to be honest, I didn't realize this tree was growing as vigorous as it was, because that wire up on the main trunk is really starting to bite in. Yeah, I think we'll get this piece off pretty easy and salvage it and be able to reuse it. Yeah, these taking wire off a ficus tree is much easier than a portulacaria. Not near the risk of breaking a branch. You can still break them, but they're just a lot more flexible. So yeah, this tree is kind of morphed over the years. I bought it originally as one of those home center ficuses a long time ago, and just kind of let it grow, and then did that big trunk chop and change of direction a couple years ago, and actually grew the part that I cut off. I put into a pot and regrew the base, and it's actually my ficus that's kind of grown in a raft style planting now. I'll show a picture of that up here. But so I got two decent trees out of what started out as one of those home center jobbies. I said, that was probably, I don't even know how long, 6-7 years ago or more that I bought that. So it's easy to almost get too many trees, if there is such thing, but my wife and I have debates on what the definition of too many trees is, and sometimes I agree with her that, especially when it comes to trying to keep them all pruned and watered and moving them all inside in the wintertime, I have days where I think I might have too many, but then I talk myself out of it. And then come to the conclusion that you can never have too many, right? All right. Yeah, I got a couple good pieces of wire that I can reuse. I think I got it all off. So let me see what we got here. So I want to definitely, I think, bring this one down and maybe towards the back, something like that. And then use this one as the front branch, bringing it down. And I could bring this one down to fill in that top piece. So I don't know if I could want to bring that down any. Just trying to decide which. I think I could probably wire this branch and this branch together, and then I can do this one and then maybe one of those in the back together and kind of create a whole new top on it. So see if I can reuse one of these to get going here. So I think we'll come in this way. Is that enough to get up in there? I think so. Let's see. Try to stay out of the grooves that I've already created. And then get this thing rewired. Try to not trap any of the leaves in. Comes easier said than done. Let's get it on there. Give me something to work with. And bring this one in. Go underneath this time and then around a couple. These really young branches I'll wrap pretty loose, just so once they start growing, it doesn't bite in as fast. Okay, so let's start. I think we can bring this one down and maybe off to the side here. Come in and then back up. Give it a little bit of character there. And that will continue to, this branch will grow forward. I can get this other one back here going towards the back, so we can kind of let that start filling in there. I'm not going to prune much today. Just going to try to get some of these reshaped, and then we'll let it recover and then come back in and do some pruning. I'm trying to mirror that branch over there, just kind of give this one some character too. Yeah, I think that'll work. And this one here, bring up and then down a little bit. And let's see, I think we'll do these other two. We'll bring this one down somewhere in there and bring this one flatter. Okay. I think this is probably long enough for both of those. Maybe, yeah. Not going to take much wire to get this one bent. Turned around so I can see the front here. And get this one kind of filling in the back here. Yeah. Not too shabby, I think. It'll take a bit to kind of get these to thicken up and fill in, but I think overall, the overall shape, I think I'm okay with. Not perfect, but workable. And then I could even do something up there. But I think I'm just going to leave it kind of like that. So I'll wait until it kind of recovers from that to prune it, but I think I like the decision. I just wasn't happy with the windswept look. So I think once I start pruning these over here, I can get some branching and it'll start filling those spaces in. So I think that's going to work. I kind of like how it's kind of leaning that way still, and then I can just overdevelop this side to balance it out. Yeah, I think that's going to work. So that's going to about do it. Like I said, I'm not going to prune. I don't like to, when I do some major bending on the branches, I just want them to kind of recover, and then I'll go back and here in another month or so I'll do some pruning, but I think we're just going to leave it like that today. Let me give you a quick spin around. There's the front, there's the left side, there's the back, right side, and back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.